Welcome to the Know, I'm Ashley. It is Friday, so we're about to go into a nice weekend. I hope everyone's looking forward to it. But first, let's get all caught up. The NPD, the group that monitors video game sales in the United States, has posted its official list of the top-selling games of 2017. They probably won't surprise you, with maybe a few exceptions. According to their numbers, Call of Duty World War II was the US's best-selling game, followed by NBA 2K18 at number 2. Yes, really. Destiny 2, Madden, Breath of the Wild, Grand Theft Auto 5, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Battlefront 2, Super Mario Odyssey, and Mario Kart 8 rounding out the list. Of course, it is important to mention the NPD didn't have access to any of the data on the digital versions of the Nintendo titles or the PC digital sales of Destiny 2 and Battlefront 2 to put together this list. So that all probably shifts the numbers around a little bit, but it's very impressive for Nintendo to have made that many games into the top 10 with only physical sales being represented, even though everyone probably bought cartridges so they could lick them. I still don't understand that. In addition to talking games, the NPD group also released stats about console sales. Overall, the PS4 took home the top honors for 2017, selling the most consoles for the year. However, Switch knocked it out of the park between its debut in March through the end of the year. In fact, the NPD said that the Switch in that time frame is the fastest selling console ever. NPD analyst Matt Piscatella told GamesBeat on a time-aligned basis through the first 10 months on the market, Nintendo Switch has sold more consoles than any other platform in history. So, few caveats there, but more of the same stuff we've been hearing about the Switch all last year. It's selling well, and people like it, and we'll probably all be spending a lot of money on cardboard to play with it even more soon. The upcoming God of War's release date is still unknown, hasn't been officially announced yet, but director Cory Barlog is hinting about its progress. Plus, he also revealed that, much like last year's Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War won't be featuring a season pass. So that'll be great news for people who've been cooling off on that trend. Barlog wrote on Twitter in response to a fan, "No season pass. As for the story questions, you will have to wait and play the game to see how it all shakes out. I finished another playthrough last night around midnight, and it was still awesome. I'm totally biased, though." Well, maybe a little bit, but that's what you'd hope. You really want someone who's making a game to be excited about the game. While there won't be a season pass, that doesn't rule out the possibility of some kind of big expansion or big drop of DLC, just like Horizon Zero Dawn's Frozen Wilds. But first things first, let's get the release date soon, eh, Barlog? Come on, we want it. It looks good. I want to play it. Another week, another Destiny 2 controversy, people mad, Bungie making mistakes. You know the drill by now. This time, it looks like fans are mad about the latest Faction Rally event, with Bungie failing to communicate clearly about rewards and loot. Following some major confusion about being locked out of receiving faction tokens, the rewards for completing faction tasks, and some additional confusion surrounding gamers not seeing any loot for the launch of Season 2, Bungie has apologized for the unclear communication. In a new weekly update, they wrote that the tokens problem was because they implemented a solution to a previous problem that was too disruptive, so now they'll be tweaking it. It sounds like a very familiar story at this point. And on the Season 2 loot problem, they wrote, "It was not made clear beforehand that the new Season 2 weapons would be added throughout the events of the season rather than all at once in the beginning. This was on us, no excuses. We will be remedying this lapse in communication next week with details on what you should expect when the next Iron Banner rolls out in Season 2. Boy, it sounds like a script at this point, right? After a record year with Call of Duty World War II and Destiny 2 in the top 5 best-selling games of the year, it looks like Activision Publishing CEO Eric Hirshberg is stepping down. Always good to go out on top. Hirshberg and Activision made the announcement yesterday saying he's going to move on from the company in March. The search for a new CEO of Activision Publishing is now on. Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick said, "He is an inspiring leader and we will all miss his creativity and tenacity very much. He is leaving the team, the franchises, and the business in a great place, and he goes with my full support and appreciation." This will cap off an 8-year run for Hirshberg, during which he helped several Activision IPs turn into enormous entertainment brands. You no doubt have opinions about some of those franchises and some of the practices that have been implemented, but it's hard to deny that he helped the company make a crap ton of money. So, best of luck in your next endeavor, Hirshberg. Is Capcom teasing gamers about an impending Resident Evil announcement? An official Capcom Twitter account posted an image this week featuring a couple of Resident Evil themed hints, including a dummy finger in the iconic series typewriter. Fans have pointed out that the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil 2's release is just a few days away. It came out on January 21st, 1998. So some are hoping maybe this means we'll finally hear something about that Resident Evil 2 remake they announced all the way back in 2015, but have been quiet about ever since. Keep the dummy fingers crossed, everybody. Could Red Faction Guerrilla and its sweet, sweet destructible environments be coming to current-gen consoles so we can blow stuff up all over again and see how we can break the game by doing so? Because that's how you played that game, right? Gematsu noted that some GameStops in Europe have the game listed for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The original released back in 2009 for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 and won a ton of praise for its physics and the ability to destroy pretty much everything you can see. According to listings on GameStop websites in Sweden, Finland, Norway, and Denmark, the game is coming to the PS4 and Xbox One, but those pages have since been taken down. Not a huge surprise. We'll see if it becomes a reality, but THQ Nordic has re-released older games for current-gen consoles in the past, so there may be something to this. Ubisoft says there's one platform that leads all others when it comes to innovation, but it's not the Switch, it's the PC. In a video called Why We Love PC, devs and other staffers at Ubisoft talk about their memories of their first PC games, as well as playing multiplayer games with coworkers in the office. They also talk about the advantages of developing on PC, with one staffer saying PC is still the lead platform in terms of innovation. Another said that PC is where the most passionate fans are. Not quite sure what to make of this, but I mean, we all agree that gaming is awesome on PC, Ubisoft. Now, maybe debug your PC ports since you love the platform so much, and maybe don't lock certain settings away. I'm talking about Watch Dogs because we have a long memory. The new Overwatch League is doing big numbers, with at least 10 million people watching last week's matches online. So, strong start. But there's one area that it's really hurting, one industry that is just devastated by all of this, and it's porn. Yep, the good folks at YouPorn say their traffic is down almost 10% thanks to the new league. So I guess you guys are getting busy instead of getting busy. In a statement, YouPorn said that they're not mad though. They wrote, "We're excited to find out who will win and be the first Overwatch League champions, receiving a trophy and a cool $1 million bonus. Of course, we're also curious to see how you celebrate and we'll be keeping an eye on visits to the site before, during, and after." And what the searches look like, because Overwatch searches will just go straight up. Is there like a straight up Rule 34? Have they made like a porn parody of Overwatch, or is it just individual videos? You know what? I'm not sure. I want to know. Is Chris Hemsworth done with Thor? Say it ain't so. I really like him as that character, but it may be the case. The actor says that now that Avengers 4 has wrapped, he could be done playing the character. He told USA Today, "Contractually, right now, yeah, this is it. I'm done. I won't be playing the character again." He then added, "It's sort of a scary thought. This really seemed like this never-ending thing, and now it's potentially finishing." But he did leave the door open a tiny bit for a potential return. He added that he and Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi have discussed ideas for a fourth Thor movie, which he sounded like he'd be game for, but he added it's basically up to Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige. And Hemsworth has other non-Thor related movies coming out soon too, so we can still kind of get our fix. He stars as a U.S. Special Forces operative in 12 Strong, which hits theaters today. We got another look at the upcoming Tomb Raider reboot, speaking of movies, after a trailer for the movie released recently. The trailer focuses on Lara Croft's origin story as she listens to a message from her deceased adventurer father, and of course, we see her exploring a mysterious island full of things and people trying to kill her. There's also lots of shots of her swimming and hanging perilously from things, shooting arrows, basically cheating death about 1 million times. It's basically they took the reboot game and went, here, movie. Tonally, it's very, very similar, honestly, to the game from 2013 it showed off. It was a very inexperienced, but still gutsy Lara Croft, and that's the direction they're going with this one. I actually really like it. I like Alicia Vikander from what I've seen of the trailers so far. Anyway, the movie hits theaters March 16th, so we'll be able to see the whole thing. Okay, that is it for this roundup. Let us know what you think of all the news in the comments down below to make sure you get news from every corner of the internet every weekday like this video. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to The Know, and regardless of anything else, have a really great weekend. Odyssey and Mario Kart 8 rounding out the list. Of course, it's important to mention that the MPD did not have access to any of the data on the on the Nintendo titles.
Yes.
Okay. The new Overwatch League is doing big numbers, at least with 10 million. I said that wrong.